What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. So I had to cover this topic. And the other day I was on the phone with 78 Sports. We were just talking, politicking, talking this boxing stuff. And I mentioned to him something that I had heard, and that was that Mikey Garcia is looking like a potential Pacquiao opponent. Now, I don't know where the fuck this notion even came from. Me and 78 pretty much agreed that it doesn't really make sense. And I know that Top Rank doesn't have a lot of the talent from 140 to 154. We know they're over at Golden Boy. Is it that bad in the sport of boxing with Top Rank and potential Pacquiao opponents that they're going through these great lengths to make random fights out of nowhere? Pacquiao, Ruslan Provatnikov, the motherfucker has to fight his own stablemate. That's like Wesley Snipes in New Jack City having to fight G Money. Like, this shit doesn't make sense. Why would he have to fight his own stablemate? Let alone, it's not just a sparring partner. They're trained by the same trainer, Freddie Roach. In addition to that, we're drudging up fights out of nowhere. Mikey Garcia versus Manny Pacquiao. I mean, it could be exciting just based on the fact that they both have names in the sport, but this just sounds utterly ridiculous. There's people in or near Mikey Garcia's actual weight division. His last fight, he fought at 130 against Rocky Martinez, took his title. He had a title before that at 126. There's people right around his area looking up or looking down where it could be a hell of a fight. Possibly Rigondeaux if you're looking down. Gary Russell Jr. since he moved up to 130. Mikey Garcia, that is. So a Gary Russell Jr. possibly get him back in the mix. There's several fights. There's Garcia versus Yuri Orkis Gamboa. That's obviously one that I want to see. And we're, as boxing fans slash promoters slash trainers slash promotional companies, considering Mikey Garcia moving from 130 all the way to 147 based on the fact that two fighters have an exciting style. It just doesn't make any sense. Like, I'm all for setting history and taking challenges, but that sounds pretty fucking ridiculous. It was like when they said Yuri Orkis Gamboa versus Timothy Bradley. Hell, I mean, I'd watch it because I like both fighters and I would want to see the outcome, but that fight really serves no purpose, really makes no sense. Now, if you could rewind time and Mikey Garcia was near the Pacquiao when Pacquiao was fighting at the lower weight divisions, let's say he was a little bit older, okay, cool. If they could meet in the middle, have a fight at 35 or something, cool. I'm all for that. But I just think it's pretty fucking outrageous that they're talking Mikey Garcia. And I don't even know where this stemmed from. I do subscribe to Ellie Sackback. Shout out to Ellie and the work he puts in. He did a video with Mikey Garcia, and Mikey Garcia, after the Brandon Rios loss, was stating that he feels he could beat Pacquiao or knock him out or some shit. I'll try to find the link for the initial video with Garcia. And I don't know, it's like something like the light bulb clicked off in Bob Arum, like, ding, that's it. I'm going to make Manny Pacquiao versus Mikey Garcia. That's the fight. That's what everybody wants to see. That's what's going to happen. Like, this came out of nowhere. Where the fuck did this fight even come from? So, I don't know, man. I guess it's desperate times call for desperate measures. Really don't know, but I just don't see this being. I think Pacquiao should personally try to get out of his golden or his top rank contract and look to fight some of this competition over at Golden Boy. There's so many matches. He could fight Maidana, Danny Garcia if he moves up, Sean Porter, Lucas Matisse, fucking Keith Thurman. That's barring Mayweather. Even if you take Mayweather out of the equation, say Mayweather and Pacquiao never fucking fight based on all the turmoil, all the hassle, all the hardships in making that fight. Still a ton of fights he could fight at Golden Boy. He could even fight Canelo. See how he does against Canelo versus what Mayweather did. So I really don't understand this move, and I don't see why people are even talking about Mikey Garcia. Boxing is becoming more and more Vince McMahon-ish, And if you watch wrestling, you'll know who Vince McMahon is. They're coming up with these elaborate storylines, and Hulk Hogan's friends with Ultimate Warrior. All of a sudden, he's not. And then Jake the Snake gets a snake to bite Ultimate Warrior. Oh, the people of Arcadia. Like, it's getting really theatrical at this point. I have no idea why Mikey Garcia is even in talks to fight Manny fucking Pacquiao. I know Pacquiao was called the Mexicutioner, so now we're seeing if he still has it, if he can still execute a Mexican. And furthermore, I like both fighters, like Pacquiao, like Mikey Garcia. I think that's poor handling. It's like we've seen it in the Adrian Broner fight, somebody who stepped up. And I'm not comparing Broner to Mikey Garcia because they fight in totally different styles. They're totally different people, totally different fighters. But what I am comparing is we had someone who was built up from HBO, and then he moved over to Showtime. Showtime built him up. And he moved up 2 weight classes, didn't really test the waters, had a fight with Paulie Malignaggi, and then we seen in his first title defense, he lost to the quote-unquote underdog in Marcos Maidana. So I know it's about business and there's money, but we got to be realistic for the fighter's safety, the fighter's health, and just the overall managing of their career. Why would you want Mikey Garcia in there? I mean, he stands everything to gain if he beats Pacquiao, but what if he loses, or what if he takes a beating and he's just dominated? I just think that's poor career management and handling. I don't see how that's on your game plan. They say everyone should come up with short-term and long-term goals. And if I was handling Mikey Garcia, I don't see how Pacquiao at this given moment should be in the short-term goal plan. Just doesn't make sense. So they're talking about this fight late 2014, possibly 2015. It just doesn't make sense, man. And furthermore, Mikey Garcia already has his next fight on the books against Juan Carlos Burgos, so we got to see how that even pans out. Burgos is no pushover opponent himself. I thought he beat Rocky Martinez when they fought, and they let Rocky keep his belt and called it a draw, which was some bullshit. So let me know what you guys think on this topic. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off.